Hi, thank you for joining me. Today's day is February 13th of 2019 and it's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and it's Wednesday. So, with that being said, you've got one night before Valentine's Day. So if you haven't gotten your sweetheart something, you need to get on it. Let's get to the trade, shall we? Do our screen share, open up the trade, and it is NZDUSD. Now recently I saw NZDUSD as a swipe trade for a sell. Funny thing is, I'm still in my buy and been since June 25th of 2018, about 8 months ago now. So this is a buy with a lot size of 0.01 and my entry price is at 0.69586. My stop loss is 0.62586 and my take profit is 0.76586. And I'll go down to the 4 hours so you can see where my stop loss and take profit are currently at. And yeah, it's at 77,000 pips or $70 negative. But with the balance I have, it's keeping my margin level at 10,893.71%. My take profit is also at 7,000 pips or $70. The reason why it's $70 but 7,000 pips is the 0.01 lot size. That's why it's where it is. There's a lot to be said. This chart, what you're looking at, is called a naked chart. Now I'm going to go back up to my day time chart because I feel more comfortable there. With my health issues, losing my memory through grand mal seizures I have every night as I sleep, waking up to nothing, completely cleaned memory, completely wiped clean. I wouldn't know what to do, how to do it, or who I am even until this time of the evening of every day. So I had to relearn everything that most people take for granted. They don't see or even think about what they do on a regular basis. They just do it because they know it's become their routine. When you wake up with no thought process, no memory whatsoever, you don't know who you are, where you are, or what you need to do, it takes time to relearn that. And relearning all of life to my current age, and I'm not going to say it because they'll blow people away, but my current age, and then my online business, as well as learning how to trade, as well as learning how to mark up a chart, it just becomes extremely overwhelming, and I get severe migraine headaches because it's information overload every single day. So it was just better for me to learn how to trade on what's called a naked chart. And a naked chart only has 3 lines on it: your entry price, your take profit, and your stop loss. That's all that's on here. That's another reason why I stay in the day time chart, because any other time charts under the day doesn't give enough information. There's not enough information for a naked chart. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Going down into the minute time chart, what can you see here? There's no indicators on here. There's no trend lines on here. It's not marked up. Can you tell me what I need to be doing in a minute? I can't, in all honesty. Going into the 5-minute time chart, Once again, there's not a whole lot that can be said or done here. Going into the 15-minute time chart. Now you can see what just recently took place over the last 48 hours from the February 11th to February 13th. You can see what's happened, but it's turning back around. We're still in consolidation, but it doesn't mean we can't trade. Going into the 30-minute time chart, still not enough information. It's not a clear picture. And I couldn't tell you what the trend on this trade is. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're comfortable with the 30-minute time chart or less, and you've got the experience, you've got the education, you've got a marked up chart, you've got all the necessary things, have fun, enjoy yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. Every person's a different type of trader. They have to figure out who they are on how they deal with the trades. Going into the hour time chart, it goes back to November 16th of 2018. So it's a couple of months, almost 3 to be exact. And it doesn't look bad, but I'm still unclear on what I need to be doing here. Then I go into the 4-hour time chart and I can see more. And believe me, there was a time when I was doing just fine in the 4-hour time chart until it dawned on me that I still don't have a clear picture of this trade or the trend or anything for that fact. And that's why I go into the day time chart. When we trade, the trend is our friend, and we trade right, but we look left. So how to find out what you could be possibly looking at in the very near future, we're talking days, weeks, months, it all depends. So you put your cursor where the current trade that you're working with is currently at, which would be right about there. And it says that the price is 0.68024. Yeah, we're pretty close, but I think it's a little further. And sometimes it takes some time to get right where that trade is to see exactly what's going on. Oh, I had it for a second. Anywho, we're not gonna, there it is. Yeah, there it is. So how you find out what you're gonna do is you go left until you find similar to the same pattern, the same trend with the trade. And so you take your cursor and keep going. Keep in mind that it could be, yeah, that looks right there. And we're at 68036. There it is, right there. And you can see by looking at this that it's going to go up a little bit, but it's going to continue consolidation right in here, and it's still going to go through that. But it tests and retests. It's a inverted head and shoulders, and then you've got your regular head and shoulders right in here, and you've got where it tests and retests 3 times, but it's going to turn around. it's definitely going to get there. And if you can see right where I'm sitting right here, it was done January 17th of 2016. So this is 2 years ago. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why, and also another reason I stay in the daytime chart, because I can actually see what's going to take place. So I don't need to have it all marked up. I don't need to be concerned about that. Always keep in mind, you need 3 absolutes when you become a trader. 1 is what? No emotion. That's right. No emotion to the trade. It's numbers to the trade. It has no emotion. You cannot have emotion to anything you could be putting in, what you could lose, or what you can win when it comes to the trade. Consistency is number 2. You need to be consistent with this trade so you know what the trade's going to be doing. Every trade has its own specific trend, its own specific pattern. Even during consolidation, there we go, even during consolidation of that trade, it still has some form of a pattern that you need to be able to see. And 3, patience. So if you have young children or younger siblings and you don't have a lot of patience, you'll need to build it up, because it's going to be necessary to have a patience, especially if you're a long-term trader like I am. What I do is I set it and I put in my stop loss, my take profit, as well as my entry price, and then I can walk away and have a life. I don't have to stare at this chart 24/7. And that's also where I get my signals, because I've been asked. Before I started doing this other strategy, I would say the signals come from 5 different areas. Stevenson Lindor and Oren Wright, who are educators through iMarkets Live. They take from beginner all the way through to advanced, and they show you how to do it all. Christopher Terry would be my 3rd one, and he is the CEO of iMarkets Live, but he has 25 plus years veteran as a trader and has made over 8 figures. So I can't say anything wrong about that. Then we have Tracy Walker, who is the queen of Forex, as well as my sponsor, and she has summits as well as webinars that she will give each and every one of us the information and teach us hands-on how to mark up the charts, how to find our entry price, how to get in and get out of a trade. And the last would be swipe trades, which is an app that goes on your smartphone that gives you ideas of signals. The reason I say they're ideas is because you have the choice. You have the decision on which trade you're going to enter. Before I started to do this other strategy, and I've been doing blitz, 3-day blitz, 3 days a week, that will explain this strategy and tell you more about it. So if you want to know more about that, and it's optimal entry strategy, then you need to come check out my blitz. But for now, with that being said, I want you to go and have a fantastic remainder of your day or night, depending on where you are in the world and when you're watching this video. So we're going to stop our screen share before I say goodbye and see if there are any questions. And it's quiet. Yes, I give a lot of information when I do these in a short amount of time. That's the reason why I record it, so that you can re-watch them if you have questions. And if I don't answer your question, then you need You can reach out to me on Facebook at Cat's Corner Skags, all K's, no C in there. And you can ask the questions there. Once again, thank you for joining me, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye for now.